Hey North Shore, as many of you know, this last Monday, November 23rd, the Hastings City Council met and they unanimously passed an ordinance requiring face coverings in all public places. Now that ordinance obviously affects us here at our church at North Shore, and so I just wanted to touch base with you guys and let you know what we are doing in response to that ordinance. But first I want to tell you a story real quick. Several years ago, Melissa and I had an opportunity to go and do some church planting work in Africa. What we had done is we as a church had raised some money and we had purchased the materials to build several churches there in Benin. And we got an opportunity to be there for the very first Sunday they were going to meet. And they were so excited. I'll never forget going into that church building and it was nothing like our church building here. It was a pretty small building. It had a concrete floor, it had 4 walls and a roof. In fact, it didn't even have doors. It just had openings for you to walk in. And so it was pretty primitive, but the people were so excited. In fact, I'll never forget a conversation that I had with the pastor through an interpreter. He said, "Pastor Chris, we have been praying for 2 years that God would send us somebody to build these churches. And you, Pastor Chris, and your church are an answer to our prayers. You are our miracle." We were so excited to be a part of that, and we canvassed the area and we did everything we could to invite people from the villages to come and be a part of our church service that Sunday. I'll never forget driving to that building on Sunday morning. We're driving down the bumpy village roads and we have to pull off to the side and pass around these 2 women. They were surrounded by about 7 or 8 little ones, and this one woman, I remember, she had a baby attached to her front and a baby attached to her back, and on her head was this bench that was about 10 foot long that she was balancing and walking down the road. And I remember asking our missionary, "What is she doing? Where are they going?" And he said, "Well, they're coming to church." And I said, "Why does she have that bench on her head?" And he said, "Well, you were in the building, you saw there was no chairs there." And it struck me that they were so excited to have just a roof that I didn't realize that there weren't even any chairs. And so what they were doing, the people, and there was about 100 people there that Sunday, they all brought their own benches. They all brought their own chairs so they could set them up and be a part of an experience where they got to worship Jesus. And they looked around and they felt like they were sitting in the middle of a miracle. It was an awesome, awesome service. The cool thing was that they refused to let comfort issues keep them from kingdom things. Now here's the deal. I'll be the first one to tell you, I hate masks. Every time I breathe in those silly things, my glasses fog up, they're uncomfortable. I do not want to wear masks. But right now, there's an ordinance that's going to require it. And so I'm not going to let comfort issues keep me from kingdom things. So here's the deal. We here at North Shore are going to submit to that ordinance. We're going to require masks for everybody 5 years and above as per that city ordinance. It may be uncomfortable. You may not like it, but don't let comfort issues keep you from kingdom issues. And we're going to do our best to serve Jesus, to make a big deal about Jesus. We're going to do our best to keep our focus on Jesus. Now I know in this, some of you love the idea that everybody's going to be wearing masks. Some of you hate the idea that we have to wear masks. But as Paul says in the book of Romans, let us not quarrel over opinion type issues, but let's keep our eyes focused fully on Jesus. So I would encourage every single one of you to be here this Sunday. Don't let comfort issues keep you from engaging in kingdom work. Come. Wear a mask, of course, because that's what we have to do right now. Serve and worship Jesus with us and help us to continue to forcefully advance the kingdom. I love you, North Shore. We're going to get through this together. You are a blessing to me. I hope this church is a blessing to you. Let's keep doing the work of God together.